Wiggins thought he was open. Dice didn't get it to him. Now Gasol yelling that Duncan hooked him. There's been a lot of beefing all afternoon. Duncan to the basket.
That's the guy they will try to turn to.
In the floor.
Mason in the give up. That's Duncan.
And finish off the Ginobili feed. This is what I'm talking about. Going right at the Spurs. Finley sealing off the Dallas defenders.
And Duncan yet to attempt a shot here in this third quarter. There's Duncan. Yes! Record start, hitting his first 12 shots.
This is what he's been doing all night, creating the contact. He's taking the ball right at Dampier. This is what I think Duncan probably should have done at the end of regulation.
On the floor. Dampier's done a nice job on Duncan. There's Duncan. Yes, he gets the call.
Ending champions. Duncan. Rolls through the lane.
And Parker getting the lane here a few times too much. If I'm George Karl, you got to shut that middle down.
Now Rob picks up.
Pretty good horse to ride.
That's exactly right.
Duncan spinning. Count it.
Let's keep an eye on this. Just watch how quick he dribbles into it. He sees the double coming, and then all of a sudden there was ice. Boom, right up off the glass.
Dampier, his fifth foul.
Ginobili going inside to Duncan, guarded by Camby for the first time. One-on. The familiar tandem of Duncan and Nene. We've seen it all series long. Well, they double with Camby. They do. There's Camby. There's Duncan.
And Kevin, now watch this play. Here comes Camby. Watch him. They don't squeeze the trap. See the gap? Duncan with a good footwork steps through it, and then the second effort.
Best players in the NBA in the second half of the season.
Potentially a free agent at the end of the season. He's got a player option.
Yes.
19-18 Spurs as they go back to work. Duncan. Line drives.
This in March. Came back, and George Hill did a tremendous job. So Hill and Parker are both in the lineup at the same time.
Space. Remember, he did that with regularity in the preseason. 34-30. Here comes Duncan in the back down. Jamario Moon committed a double. Ginobili on the reset. Duncan missed it.
Jefferson, first substitution of the game inside Duncan. Got good position on no.
We see you sitting over there with your girls. How special is it to be able to share this with your family?
It's special, man. You know.
Had no room to find a passing outlet.
Duncan and Gasol again. Jump hook, too strong, forcing the turnover. Rebounding.
Jefferson on the give up. He's still learning how to play with Duncan and the lights.
The Knicks turning things around here.
He loves being in the Knick. You're right, Mike.
And he'll do whatever is asked.
Three-point shot. Tip, Duncan.
You might not be aware, but we see Duncan with that.
Force the pass and the interception. I hear once they get down on that baseline, and they
48 minutes.
Richardson's got two. It's Fry watching Tim Duncan.
He stands up because of the number of points that Dallas can score.
Quarter, they trailed by 10 earlier in the period. Duncan.
There's Duncan. He started 3 of 3, played 9 minutes with 6 rebounds. Against Gibson. Here as we take a look at the nimble move right here. We mentioned earlier, he is 15 pounds lighter. And look at that brace on that left knee. Something new that he is.
6 p.m. start when you change time zones. That's a little bit dicey.
Yeah, I agree. It's not a usual thing, but again, you put up with what you have to go through.
Duncan, nice.
Third quarter. Duncan over Nene.
be happy with the looks that he's going to put the ball in the basket. Duncan.
6 p.m. start when you change time zones. That's a little bit dicey.
Yeah, I agree. It's not a usual thing, but again, you put up with what you have to go through.
Duncan, nice.
Third quarter. Duncan over Nene.
Be happy with the looks that he's going to put the ball in the basket. Duncan.
Always the second brother down that goes ball quicker.
Yeah. We'll see Stan Sunday on ABC to kick it out.
Duncan spins.
And the Spurs, as a result, having to play really out of character throughout this series.
As Duncan makes his.
Their biggest spread has been 6 so far. Duncan with good footwork. Hits it in.
He's been waiting, though, for this chance. Okay, here's a pass into Duncan, guarded by Abdul Rahim. Now Bibby wondering whether he should double. And
Missing superstars here tonight. And Jameson out as well now. In the second half, Duncan in the back down. Patiently goes to work, missed it.
In the huddle and say, you're not activating the ball. I need you to score. Thank you, Coach.
I didn't say he was getting on him. I said, Coach. Oh, you did.
Yeah, right.
I guess I should actually look.
Taj Gibson, he feels very good about the 3 guys he substituted in the game tonight.
Now here is Miller, who is working on Duncan. They had a quick double from Hyman.
Steve Nash. Parker and Nash didn't match up as much as you might think.
Dunkers have a 4-point lead. Duncan against Odom.
Team 1 of the best of 7. Games 3 and 4 will be in Dallas. And no double team now. They're playing them straight up. Duncan over Dampy.
In the fast break game. Bowen will feed Duncan. Confirming that baseline jump shot. Pistons are 1 for their last 9 from the field.
Here's Ginobili, up fake against Marion to Duncan, missing the...
All in favor of the Phoenix Suns tonight. Duncan in the low post, a little hitch a la...
There he is. Now just keep an eye as he swings back to the baseline. It's the 3rd time that he's made that shot.
Watch when they get a chance to work.
Yeah, I think they're forced to. I mean, you want to find time for George Hill, you have to play him the game.
And the crowd alive a little bit. Chance of defense. Duncan methodically left hand make a move. These are big time moves and high percentage shots.
Tim Duncan just taking his time in the post, reading to see if there are double teams, and one of the
Duncan over Dampier. Boy, it's quiet. Duncan flips it in. There, coach, is a halfway double team. You either come in or you're not. The double team is late. He's able. Duncan wants the ball. Turns in a lane.
It's one-on-one. There's no help here. David Lee, you're all on your own. And you see Tim.
Guys are doing a great job defending him, but he's not dominating on the offensive end, and that has to.
All in favor of the Phoenix Suns tonight. Duncan in the low post, a little hitch a la...
Being really small.
Yes, Ginobili, Parker, Barry, Finley, and Duncan, the only big man. Duncan fouled.
Every year. There are some variations on how they start. No variations on how they finish. Duncan over the right shoulder.
San Antonio calls it with McDyess. Did a good game defensively in the first meeting.
10 games over 500. The Hornets sitting at 31-31. Duncan comes across, complete the 3-point play, but too much Spurs down the stretch. Duncan.
Duncan around Job.
The 2 7-footers with a combined 4 fouls. Not much Job can do.
But it appeared Parker may have gotten his fingers on it. Right back to Duncan again. This time spins to the right, flips it up and in.
You got to get everybody back. You can't leak out. You try to run until you get the ball.
Can be good. Barry had been in the starting lineup last couple of games. There's Duncan off the double.
He's an unrestricted free agent, and he has said that he's probably going to listen to other teams just to see first. Duncan,
Man down. And then Duncan on the offensive end, using that right arm. Beautiful move. Little fake to the middle, up and under. Oh.
Hogan thought he was open. McDyess didn't get it to him. Now Gasol yelling that Duncan hooked him. There's been a lot of beefing all afternoon. Duncan to the basket. Sweet move.
Now the drive by you.
In this game, Duncan is very active, coming and helping out on the drivers going to the basket.
Duncan, tough drive. Just his second bucket for the big one to tie the game. Duncan drives again and flips it.
So the lead again is 3. Duncan.
Single coverage. Duncan.
Lost to Denver without Carmelo. Lakers without Kobe. Portland without Roy. That was
This quarter, he has 8 points for the Mavs, all here in the
second. Duncan right at Dampier.
There's guys off the bench. Luxury for this Spurs team. Duncan on the fly.
Bibby is on Finley. 7 on the shot clock. Duncan against Thomas. In and out.
Boy, it's quiet. Duncan flips it in.
I think he can play both. I mean, this guy is, if he can continue his improvement and keep
Spurs completely out of sync on the offensive end.
Good. 10 or 11 games.
Right now, he plays with Rose. He is going to be a vital part of their success this year.
10 points a game and also 13 rebounds. He shoots up.
Unbelievable fourth quarter in his first minutes. Duncan.
Who's 8 of 15? Antonio. Tim Duncan. Boy.
Duncan. Dampier defending.
When they're not doing that, they're not as effective.
Dirk with a bucket, then Tim Duncan. You've seen that, Avery.
A very good starter someday.
Learning the point guard position, though, really is an awful. The reigning Western Conference Player of the Week, Pau Gasol. What a good matchup we've got tonight with Duncan and Gasol.
So they're going to pay the luxury tax. And here's Chicago coming off that riveting 7-game first-round playoff series against Boston. Duncan and Noah.
Wow.
The shot clock now is down to 8. Noah guarding Duncan. And again,
48-9, and what that tells you is their defense was so good they could win games in the 90s, but tonight they just have not been able.
Just his second bucket, but a big one to tie the game. Duncan drives again and flips it.
So the lead again is 3. Duncan.
Single coverage. Duncan.
Duncan. Miller's on the glass, 13-7 in this first quarter.
Duncan, they clear for him against Blatch. Double team comes.
For jobs.
Gibson's got a motor, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Noah and Duncan with the shot clock.
Hogan thought he was open. McDyess didn't get it to him. Now Gasol yelling that Duncan hooked him. There's been a lot of beefing all afternoon. Duncan to the basket. Sweet move. Now the drive by you.
Lost to Denver without Carmelo. Lakers without Kobe. Portland without Roy. Shot was
this quarter. He has 8 points for the Mavs. All here in the second. Duncan right at Dampier.
There's guys off the bench. Luxury for this Spurs team. Duncan on the fly.
Inside, Duncan, quick turn, lets it go.
And the offensive rebounding resulting in 7 chance points, 7-1 in favor of Dallas.
And when you do that, you eliminate their three-point shooting. There's Duncan in 6th rebound of the game.
Duncan against Hawkinson, but
They have missed their last 9 3-point shots. Duncan deep catch.
Jefferson, first substitution of the game inside Duncan. Got good position on Noah.
We see you sitting over there with your girls. How special is it to be able to share this with your family?
It's special, man. You know.
Pick that up and score.
And Parker penetrates.
I don't know if you call him new anymore once it's April.
Bogans. Duncan. Asher slips. And that means Hill bumps it into Tim.
Hill to Duncan.
Hill to Duncan. How pretty is
The paint tonight just living off jump shots.
Nice pass, Chino.
I don't know if you call him new anymore once it's April.
Duncan with the pump fake. That's not a foul at all. That's not a foul.
When they double teamed, and then Tim Duncan, who we haven't even mentioned yet, comes right in, able to.
Jefferson into 2. Inside.
Duncan, good patience inside.
And to stop. There's a dice short. It's all jump shot.
He's 8 of 14.
Vince, you can get all you can eat.
He can pass over the guys doubling. Duncan inside.
Terry up on Ginobili. Duncan from Ginobili. On a Ginobili, coming off a 26-point game, 6 against Dallas. And
There's the double team. Now it's Temple. Back for Duncan. And
Place him back a point. Parker too strong. Duncan on the follow.
It's the shot he expects to make. Drop off to Duncan.
And doesn't get a stop. They just can't produce enough offense to catch him.
Duncan with the fake and the lay-in.
In the preseason, for what it's worth. And the answer is, what is it worth?
Showed in their 7-game series against the Celtics.
A ton of flashy defense by Noah on top. That
House comes in. They have 3 guys who can fly and take you to the basket.
Duncan misses.
Start making some threes, and they're going to have to put together some multiple defensive stops.
Ginobili to Duncan in the portion of the stat sheet. Ginobili lobbing for Duncan. Is instrumental in the Dallas first-round series for the Spurs. Ginobili finds Linus Kleza has checked in. So is Nahara. They go inside.
So when is the ball delivered to him? The defense tries to force the ball down. Duncan rolls. It's delivered right at the right moment before the defense.
They should start Brendan Haywood on the other side.
3. Parker in the wing against Telfair. Duncan.
It's taken some time. Duncan flares out.
Ginobili, Duncan. Duncan with a hand in his team.
And Popovich was actually saying that Hill's 1-year improvement.
25 to go first quarter. Timmy on the move, and
He must come back off the dribble.
Mason made that free throw. Duncan finger read by Mason to pick that off.
Duncan 4 of 9. Forces.
And Duncan uses the...
Who can really do it all. Josh in his 3rd year out of Wake Forest. Here's Duncan. It counts.